All right, so Dale will start racing here with my brother Tyler. And
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
we're gonna do a little Garage Boys build breakdown, and that sounds like a great name for a series, maybe. But who knows? We need more builds to break down, and this is a great one. This is Tyler's Subaru, and one of my favorite cars I've seen out of the track. Love seeing him out there shredding in it, making big turbo noises. We're just gonna dive into it and start talking about, you know, how long he's had the car, what he's done to it. Clearly done a lot to it and gone from a street car to a track car. So want to break that down and see what's going on here. So want to introduce yourself and your car here?
Yeah, Tyler. Just over the past like 2 years, started like heavily diving into this car as mainly a track car. I mean, it's evolved through 8 years of renditions, and like this is kind of circled back to like what I envisioned 8 years ago as the car is sitting. You know, took a while, financials, whatever, some trial error, but
that's the journey, man.
That's the journey. I feel like everyone's on that same journey. Just, you know, it takes you a couple years and a couple ideas and weekends to figure out which direction you really want to go with it.
Of course.
So this is my 2014 Subaru WRX.
It's not an STI, right?
Not an STI.
Started off with WRX.
Yeah. So fresh out of high school, I had WRX money.
Yeah,
so like
dude,
that's what I got.
We all start, bro. And
Yeah.
it's beautiful that you turned, like, you've had this car that long and turned it in from like just like high school money to like built like the way you envisioned it, and like that dream, right? Like the final form of it is here. So.
Yeah. And like the main reason I got this car is me and my buddy snowboard. WRXs all over the mountain.
Yeah.
You're going anywhere. Snow, like whatever, like the car's capable to go anywhere, take you anywhere.
Yeah,
so
all
like
wheel forever.
Yeah, I had a snowboard rack. Like this car never, like when I first got this, it was not a thought of it turning into the track bucket it is now. Like not
it's
ever.
Far from a bucket. You got bucket seats. That's about as close
track
to a bucket.
Bucket seat, yeah. This, it turned into like a commuter, a daily car. Used it for work. Took it to the snow on the weekends. Always had fun in it. Never like at any moment I was like, this car sucks.
Oh, faithful, bro.
Yeah.
It's been through it all. Every phase of the car, every phase of your life, like it tells a story. Yeah, so let's go to where you started to upgrade it. Little things. Where'd you start?
I think I started where pretty much most every Subaru owner starts, and that's basic bolt-ons.
Yes.
Like exhaust, intake, Cobb access port with an off-the-shelf tune, and like that kind of just rolled for, you know, a year or so. And like every car guy, I got used to the power.
Exactly.
It wasn't enough.
It doesn't feel like anything at a certain point, and you're like, what's next?
Yeah, it feels quick for a couple months, and you're like, I need to do it again. Make it faster. So
what was next?
So what was next is I did an upgraded top mount intercooler. So this was bigger, factory location, everything still. And then I did fuel pump, injectors, and E85 sensor.
Okay.
So this is kind of when we started making like a good horsepower jump.
What, did you know the number at that point of the build?
So I took the car, at this point, I knew like I was going to start getting it pro-tuned, what they call it. I took it to Snail Performance up in Auburn, and Travis threw it on the dyno there. I think the car ended up making like 350 horsepower. Damn. Wheel horsepower on E85.
That's
like,
a lot. How much does this chassis weigh? Or like,
I think it's like
normal
low to mid threes.
And 350 too? Is that like
it was,
all wheel? That had to be a fun jump too. Just like that current level where it was at.
So that was like kind of when I was like, wow, this car's making jam.
Yeah.
I was like, we're making jam. I'm on E85. It smells great. We got jam. So like I rocked that for maybe a year.
Okay.
Maybe
And you started itching again? Like,
yeah, it does not, for me, it does not last long to get used to power.
yeah.
And I'm always like, you know, I'm online constantly, whether it's
Yeah, you're
Facebook
forum
Market.
digging
Yeah,
or-
dude, I'm the worst.
I think we can all relate to that. It's just, even if you
Doom
don't got the
scrolling.
money, dude, you're looking through Marketplace.
Yeah.
Back in the day, Craigslist, like every little piece, right?
Just
like,
bookmarking. Like my Explorer page is just like probably 8 years of bookmarks of parts I bought, parts I thought I was gonna buy. So yeah, car made 350. It jammed. I was still taking it to the snow. Still, like, at this point, it wasn't really my daily car anymore.
Okay, had the work truck.
Yeah, I had commuter cars or work truck, whatever it was. This kind of like evolved into like a weekend fun car, which
Sure.
was great.
It's nice, and that helps with like the, what would you say, like when you get used to the power, right? If you go from a daily and then hop in your fun weekend car,
Yeah.
it helps kind of like reignite that spark. I kind of went through the same thing with my SS, where I was dailying it every day to like San Francisco, just taking forever, and then I got to the point of even where I took it out for what would be my last drive. Let's see if like there's a spark left, right? Is this gonna still, does this still have it for me? And it was still there, but it wasn't until I stopped driving it every day and then thinking about tracking it, it was that like reignited my like passion for it. So
Yeah.
I can see how, you know, you still kept pushing after that, but it's kind of nice to have the weekend car too, right?
It was exactly like you're saying. I got a slow, weak car, and then jump in this on the weekends, like completely different speed.
It's a lot of fun on a weekend, but
Yeah.
So then what was next for it after that
So
next bump? Because I know something crazy came.
yeah, so I fell into my car's on E85. Let me just treat it as a normal. So E85, it dilutes your oil a lot quicker.
Your injectors start to have problems too? Or
No,
what was it?
injectors were fine. I wasn't changing the oil as frequent as you should with E85. My oil stopped oiling, and
Stop doing his job.
yeah, and then may have had the classic Subaru ringland failure. So
I guess it was due at some point, right?
yeah, and it was like on the freeway, popped a ring. And I drove it like 5 miles to my brother, just limped it to my brother's. And I was like, dude.
Get somewhere safe where I can work on it.
Yeah, I was like, this thing's blowed up and it's on its way to blow up even more. So I'm driving it to where I can get out and go somewhere. So pretty much had the car refreshed, rebuilt, factory, new everything.
Beautiful.
Right after it was done being built, I got tax return money.
We all do. And where does it go?
It literally, this car was fixed, probably drove it for 2 months, and I had built heads, built block, turbo, everything piled in my garage.
Hell
And
yeah.
I was like, dude, I'm pulling this brand new motor out and I'm selling it.
Let's
And
go.
we're throwing in a built block.
Okay.
And that was when I went with a Garrett factory location. It was like a 3576.
You said that was like the biggest one you could squeeze in.
Yeah, it was like the next gen. It sat right in the factory location. I had an IAG closed deck block.
Okay.
Built the heads, threw some cams in there. Went front mount intercooler. Ditched all the top mount, all the factory location cooling stuff for the air. And that was when we made power.
Yeah.
So-
what was she making back then?
That setup on a Mustang dyno made like 520 wheel horsepower.
Damn.
So-
yeah, this thing was probably moving.
Yeah, so from 350 to 520, like car jammed. Like it was a ripper. I'll give videos to you.
Yeah,
Dale,
we're gonna need to add that in.
Insert the
Yeah,
external
we need like
wastegate.
we need like a flashback, like montage. I'm sure.
That was when I went external wastegate too. So like
Okay.
external wastegate and the Subaru is like that classic, like, rattlesnake, just hissing sound.
Of course,
So
bro. The audio is just as
iconic.
important.
Yeah, so iconic. Had that set up for That was like my longest setup. I had that for a couple years.
So that was reliable setup.
Yeah, reliable setup. You know, I wasn't tracking the car. It was a weekend fun car still.
I know
Canyon
you were
Ripper.
still driving it.
It was getting put to use for sure.
Of course.
At the time, I was living in San Francisco, so it was just, you know, sat in a garage, drove over, picked it up on the weekend, ripped it on the weekend, threw it back in the garage. So
Nice.
It was doing what I needed it to do, and it was a fun weekend car.
And then what happened?
And then moved out of the city, got my own spot with a garage.
Game changer. You have to go back and forth between storage garage and your house.
I can actually work on the car too.
Just walk out and do it.
It was crazy. I got some quick jacks, a garage, and a rotated turbo kit.
That's just a natural progression of getting your first actual garage setup, right?
I think the garage influenced me to get a rotated turbo kit and a 6466, and just blame it on the garage, man.
Yeah. Get a garage. I don't have a garage yet, so you know.
Once you get a garage, your SS is just
boosted. It's
it's gonna go. You're gonna go
full
down
track
the hole.
car at that point.
Yeah, got the garage, and this was like the first time I had space to like kind of build my car. Like I always kind of worked on it, but like I never had room to do turbo setups, jack, like in the city, like I couldn't even work on my car in the garage, frowned upon if I was doing stuff to it. So
it's
like
not typical.
I had to shimmy in to just get in the car. So like I wasn't.
You
pulling
didn't have a lot
wheels.
of elbow room. You didn't have you want that creative freedom and like your juices flowing too. And there's something to be said about being in your own space, your own tools set up, right? Like you can just put your head down and do the work.
Yeah. Get some YouTube on a TV and a speaker going.
That's all you need.
Creative.
Jam. Next thing it was 4 a.m.
Yeah. You're
your
like,
girl's like, where are you? Like, you coming to bed or what?
Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Process West billet manifold. I got the
which is beautiful, by the way. That thing is a work of art.
It is pretty amazing. That it functions and looks this well.
Yeah,
like
and it stays pretty cool, right?
It does stay cool. Like when I had the scooped hood still, it would run 10 degrees below ambient temp.
Oh my
like
God.
really cool. So like
that's efficient.
Yeah, and like with a turbo vehicle, like if you're running cool air intake temps, like you're throwing more timing, you're running more boost safely. So like that's huge.
It's all part of the equation, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, garage, quick jacks, rotated turbo setup. No lie, I put so many hours. It probably took me a week to slap everything in.
Which isn't bad.
I would come home after work. I'm just tearing it down, just all the way down to everything. I ended up doing a double pumper, drop-in radium hanger for the fuel tank. I upgraded from factory hard lines to -6, -8 supply and return lines.
Essentially just bulletproofing everything around it, right? Like
pretty
making
much.
sure you had something reliable and
Yeah, I wanted to build it. Everyone always told me, buy once, cry once. And I bought it 3 times and I cried every single time. So I'm like, third time crying, like I want to not cry anymore.
The lesson. So now you just want to smile and have fun.
Yeah, so I took the longest route possible to come here.
Okay.
But we're here, so I made it.
We did it. On top of the mountain now.
We made it to the tippy. But yeah, so I put the rotated setup in the garage, did the manifold. I had an upgraded front mount, so like I was running the Cobb one, and then I got this ETS, which is a 4-inch core, which is good for 1,000+ horsepower. Probably didn't need to go that big, but like
bulletproof, right? Like
I'm crying once, so like let's cry hard. Put this together with future in mind. I was still chasing that horsepower number. I wanted more horsepower. 500 got slow. I wanted more horsepower, like every other car guy gets used to. But I knew I didn't want to go like too crazy because I didn't want to blow this thing up and be crying all over again. So like I wanted something, I wanted to build it to where like I could have fun.
You put the power down.
Like I could rip it on the street. The power it makes now is not ripping on the street power. It's not even close. You're driving around the street, you're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, which is not what we're trying to do at this point in life.
Yeah, no, I'm too old to be running from cops and doing all this street racing.
Yeah,
like
nobody want tickets and their insurance to go up through the roof.
Yeah, no.
Through experience, I think we've all learned.
And like getting state refed, like that's
yeah,
always...
that's even terrible. That's the worst thing in California. No matter where you're watching from, you might be able to understand that getting state refed in California can be like the biggest thorn in your side with your car. Like,
we are in Mexico. This car is not in California.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what emissions are coming out of this thing. It is clean as a whistle.
Yeah, this thing will pass smog, no problem. Built it, shipped it out to Gary Baines. Mm-hmm. This was kind of like the first time I was able to like be in the dyno room. Gary gave me the rundown and
really
like
fine tuning it.
Yeah, and like he kind of like showed me what this car was capable. Like we changed wastegate springs to kind of like run, you know, a good wastegate pressure. Mm-hmm. We dialed it in. It took him, I would probably say like 2 to 3 hours, and he had this thing making 690 to the wheels, which is
all 4 wheels, bro. That all is 4 crazy.
Wheels, yeah. The setup is, so it made 690 at 34 pounds of boost.
Okay. So
like this turbo, this setup will make 800 probably all day long. I don't know like how efficient, how cool it'll run it. It's capable of it. The limiting factor we had was my map sensor. I had a 3.5 bar map sensor. Okay. So like technically I can only run 35 pounds of boost.
So that's like kind of your ceiling.
Yeah, we kind of ran out of map sensor, which I have a 5 bar in the toolbox.
I'm
so
sure
like
you do.
if we wanna go crazy, we can, you know, run 40 and see what the tippy top is of this turbo. See where this thing starts to fall off.
I don't want you to cry again, so let's keep that one in the toolbox.
Yeah, I see. That's why I stayed there. I don't want to cry either.
Yeah,
like
just forget about it. Keep it in a dark corner, and you're right.
Yeah. Once I made 690, and I knew what I wanted to do with the car, I like forgot about the horsepower number. Yeah. And it was like good. It was good for me mentally and financially because
that's the best choice.
Yeah, like I'm not chasing the most expensive parts now.
Yeah, and so what was the deciding factor for you to start tracking this thing? Because that came shortly after that 690 number, right?
Yeah, like I think probably within a couple months, I had ran into you.
Yeah.
You and the great Start Racing boys, and kind of just opened my eyes to a different part of the motorsports that I wasn't really ever getting into by myself.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Is like
the whole image, right? Like anybody can start racing, and that's the same question we had. Like, how do we start racing? Like, we have cars, but like, who even knew that this whole world is out there for us to start going? Yeah. It's pretty much as often as you can afford, you know?
As like easy as it sounds, that one conversation. That like literally that one conversation.
Yeah, bro, I didn't really say too much. All it took was just a little like and you're like diving into it.
I went. It's crazy because it's like it seems like so long ago, but it was like I think maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Maybe.
Yeah. So like I was going to meet you guys at Sonoma for a NASA day. And I was just going to watch.
I think you pulled up just to watch, yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to take the car, and like there was a chance that like one of the buddies may not have been able to drive. His car wasn't ready. So there's an opportunity. But I went there like, I'm going to go watch, experience it, and just kind of be behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And just see what it's all about. In the morning or on the way there, you or Joe called me, and they're like, hey, man, you want to drive today? I'm like, yeah.
You're like, put me in, coach. Like, let's go.
I had a helmet. I was.
I know, you were ready as hell.
I was ready. The opportunity was going to present itself or not, and it did. And probably one of the best things I think ever for my direction in motorsports. And
Yeah, that first experience is like something you'll never forget.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really similar for me. Like my car definitely isn't built, but I've owned it just as long as you've owned your car, and it's a whole new world and a whole different experience. Like once
Yeah.
you feel your car that you have that connection with on the track, and it's just you and your car. I mean, it's close to that like Sunday cruise on the back roads with the tunes jamming, but like there's nothing better to like a car guy than being in your car, the one place in the world where you can really just, be one with your car and do everything that you can with it.
Yeah.
Send it. You just lock in. Everything else in the world fades away, and it's just you and your car.
Yeah, your car's ability and your ability, and you can stretch that as far and as comfortable as you want.
A slow stretch, a slow and safe stretch.
Take your time with it, for sure. Enjoy the process.
Exactly. So I remember pretty clearly that it started to escalate. I remember going to Thunder Hill with you. And that was shortly after NASA, or that first Sonoma NASA day, and I think I like pulled up to ride with you to Thunder Hill because you were like, I need to get back out there. Like there's a Thunder Hill day, we're going, right?
Yeah.
And I pull up and you got a wing, you got brake ducts, you got like I didn't even know, and you got louvers or scoops on your hood, like what? So what did you do? Jump right into to go like track capable.
I was on the forums and I just kind of started filing through how to make the car reliable, how to make the car run a 20-minute session.
Yeah.
And a lot of these cars need oil coolers, upgraded radiators. Pretty much any way to keep your car, and I think it goes with like most cars, is like once you start pushing it,
keeping things cool. Everything's from all of your fluids, really.
Yeah. Like oil, transmission fluid,
brake
fluid, radiator. Like keeping your car cool is number one thing. Staying on the track and like enjoying your sessions to the
you
maximum.
Want a full day. You want a full session. You don't want things getting soggy and not having a good time.
So yeah, we did oil cooler. I did the brake fluid, did the brake pads, did the brake ducts. I think it was still scooped hood. I don't think I did this until maybe like last year. That's when I started digging into the forums that like the hood scoop with the front mount makes negative pressure, and then your cooling doesn't flow out as efficient. It just pretty much circulates. So
and that's the other thing about like aesthetic versus function versus like, especially on the track, you want to make sure you're really everything's locked in and you're doing what's best for the car's performance.
So I got rid of the iconic hood scooped WRX, and this is just a base Impreza hood.
Okay.
Base Impreza hood, and cut the louvers into it. So now everything flows through the front and pulls out the top.
Okay.
And doesn't do the negative. It might be, what I did lose is I lost that intake manifold cooling capability. Okay. I did lose that. So like I guess I'm still in the R&D phase. How beneficial is getting rid of that versus my IATs not being 10 degrees below ambient.
Yeah.
So like it's still like R&D, and like I think that's when you start tracking your car, it's endless. Like there's
always something that can be more efficient or lighter.
But you never know until you you make that change and you track it and you're like, that sucked way worse than it was before, so let's go back to that. And
you notice the little things because you have that base level of knowledge of what your car can do, right? Like turn 3 felt terrible. Like why did I make that change, right? Like normally I'm biting into it and I'm rolling, but you can notice the little changes here and there, and it's a lot easier to on the track because you know what you can do in every turn, right?
Yeah, so kind of like worked out the cooling, and then I dove back into suspension. It was on like some teen coilovers, some basic, street coilovers, which like I wanted adjustability. I wanted to dial in my setup to like how I drove it for certain tracks.
Like you said, the R&D phase, right?
The R&D. So I got the BC ERs with rebound and damping adjustment. So they had camber plates. It pretty much was that intermediate coilover that gave you adjustability to like really start diving into
really
that
fine-tune
side
it.
of tracking. Did some sway bars, the bump steer, the whole, like, pretty much anything I can do to like get the geometry with the car lowered comfortably. I kind of went into it.
Was that a big jump for you, like on track? Like, what was the biggest difference that you noticed there in terms of like capability?
I think the roll center, the suspension, and like having the correct camber, my bump steer, and like everything not being out of whack because the car's so lowered, and like still having factory points on the arms. So like once I changed all that, the car felt like a go-kart.
Just on rails.
Just yeah, like just I had the most confidence around like pretty much every turn. This thing's not gonna wash. It's not gonna push. Like it just kind of hooked. Then it rolled over. It was exactly what I needed it to do going into a corner and coming out of a corner.
Gave you confidence, right?
Yeah. So like that was huge. I went about it backwards because I feel like I think you need that confidence in your suspension and your brakes
before you add power.
Before you go. yeah.
That's probably the direction I'm gonna go. But also, my car is really heavy and it got body roll, so I need it lower and more stable.
Yeah, the 350 power it made with the first setup would have been plenty. Almost like borderline too much for a beginner, I would say.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Suspension, brakes, cooling, dial that in and you'll enjoy any car, just about any car on the track.
Exactly. It's going to get, that's just, your car is touching the track, right? It's starting from the ground up through your tires, your wheels, suspension. That's just, from the ground up, that's the proper way. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it just spiraled into suspension, cooling, bucket seats. The immobilizer like security problem with the ECU, which was weird because like I never even did anything to any of the wiring. And then it was just like kind of those electrical bugs. I was in my garage for months.
I remember that.
Hundreds of wires. I'm like, bro, all these wires communicate. They're all like continuity. Everything's talking. I said, we're already going full track mode. Why not get a HALTECH?
Why not?
Why not? Like,
just do it.
What could go wrong? Why not get a digital dash with it? And so it's on a standalone ECU. Factory harness. I got like a boom sling adapter, so it goes from HALTECH.
So
it's
plug
the 25
and play pretty much.
Plug and play. Made a little mount in my glove box. Honestly, like the ECU stuff was like some of the like fun little like fabrication I started doing by myself with the car, and like I really enjoyed that part of it.
That sounds fun.
And yeah, the car started like, in my eyes, it started coming together and like dialing in what I envisioned when I first met you guys and started tracking it. I was like, this car it's in that direction.
It is a weapon.
Yeah. I didn't gut it though. I'm not that much of a savage.
Right? Not yet.
Not yet. I don't know. Maybe we just get rid of the back seats are light.
Okay,
and
it's
like
not the worst. Yeah.
The carpet's trash, so I wouldn't.
It's not like you're working
anything
with like Mercedes leather. Like.
Yeah, I wouldn't save anything gutting it. And like it's still kind of nice to have 4 doors, throw 4 people in this thing, and
God,
go.
Yeah, that's
like,
why I got my car. Is 4 doors in a trunk.
Yeah,
you know?
it's practical. Whenever the tracks allow us to do 4 people ride-alongs,
they won't right now.
I know.
They don't know. They were something like, it's like a distraction, the liability. It's like, I get it. But, you know, maybe one day. I think. I don't know. I feel like drift taxis and stuff. Sometimes we have in 4 ride-alongs. But
you know, I want the helmet comms. I want the helmet comms.
Yeah, like we're in a helicopter, dude.
Yeah, Let us just do a little parade around the lap.
Exactly. Maybe one day.
Yeah. So I mean, as it sits right now, I don't really know what I would do to it.
I mean, it seems pretty polished, pretty on point for what you would need it to do for the track. And you ended up actually taking some power out of it, right?
Yeah.
To track it. So like that's when I met Gary. Was at Thunderhill.
Yeah, I did.
And it was a hot day and it stayed cool. I think you had some catch can issues.
So so it was so it's running a IAG air oil separator, which is like the #1 reliability mod. Yeah. Every like Subaru owner does or should do.
Yeah.
It pretty much just pulls all that oil from the PIV system that goes into your intake, essentially, and into your turbo, it pulls that out, separates it with coolant, like circling around the little tank, and it just funnels the oil back in and keeps the air pushing.
All right.
So
keeps it flowing nice and efficient.
Yeah, and so it has a competition set up for the air oil separator, which is pretty much a breather hose. So it just dumps all that extra air, whatever crankcase pressure builds up from the heads, the crank, all that, it pushes into the atmosphere. So the good track guy I wasn't gonna just leave that thing dumping to the ground and you know, like
slicking everybody up.
Like there's always gonna be some blow by when you're pulling G's around a track. Like it's an inevitable. So like I threw a catch can on the end of the breather hose. And so yeah, we were at Thunderhill, it was a hot day. That track, there's a lot of tight turns and like high speed. So like you're pulling a lot of G's. I may have overfilled the oil to like err on the safer side, so I wouldn't, you know, starve or, you know, do anything oil wise. So we had a little bit of excessive blow by. We were filling the catch can up. The catch can's not that big either.
Yeah.
It's kind of smaller one, but it just kind of was the first rendition of it. So yeah, we met Gary there coincidentally, and
he's like, "What are you doing with all this power on track?"
Yeah, he was like, "What did this make again?" I was like, 690. He's like, "Are you running it at 690?" I was like, "Yeah."
Like, why not?
And he's like, "Bro, way too much power for the track." Way too much. And I was like, "Yeah, I kind of feel that." And he's like, it's probably not helping with your blow by and like how much it needs to breathe right now because you're running so much boost through the thing. So got through Thunderhill, went back to Gary, and we pretty much got it set up to where just run it on Wastegate and it makes like low fives, which is like still
not bad.
Still like 20 something.
Low fives, the wheel and the all-wheel drive.
26, 24 pound, whatever, like low fives.
Reliable, sturdy, using all your gears.
Still too much power for the track, but like I was beginning to like get confident in like my driver mod. I could swing the car around the track at a 500 and not feel like I'm trying to catch up to power the whole time. Once we got that, it's still needs a bigger catch can. And it's like not even so much oil blow by anymore. It's more of like the condensation that everything like builds up through the heat and everything. That catch can just fills up with water pretty much. I still don't feel like a little water and a little blow by oil. I still don't feel like I should be dumping that on the track. So like,
I don't think anyone would appreciate.
Yeah, so like after every like, you know, session, you come back and you dump that catch can into a little red Solo cup, and like that's just kind of like
Thunderhill had like a little like you know, disposable place to dump your stuff.
Most tracks need that. Sonoma.
Honestly, I don't know if I've seen one at Sonoma.
I don't think there is one.
Do they have one? Because I remember helping you out sometimes with Thunderhill, just running over, dumping.
Yeah, a little oil tank,
little chocolate milk.
I just bring a little gallon water jug, and I just collect my catch can juices for the day. It's like a souvenir. This is what I made at the track today. Right? It's not juice.
And so you ended up really dialing this thing in, and then we had a bunch of Sonoma days. Really, have you driven Laguna in this or no?
Yeah, I drove Laguna. Car was way too. It was like 103 decibel day.
Oh God, yeah, I forgot you kept getting popped, huh?
Yeah, and I was like, dude, like car's. It has a. I seen this dude on Instagram, Hellfire Fabrication, and he did like a single exit V-band, really nice exhaust, and it was just way too loud with the muffler. It
sounded great, but
yeah, so like
too loud.
I even cut that muffler off and threw a vibrant, like silent, like ultra silent muffler on it, and took it to Laguna. And going up the hill is like where they pop you on the sound. I think it's like right before 6 or something. Okay. So like where you want to use the power, you can't. Exactly. You can't. I'm big toeing it up the hill.
Yeah.
And you know, first session I just kind of like fill the track out, don't go too crazy. Second session, start tipping into it. I got popped like 3 laps in doing like a 104 decibels.
And it's like 103 is the limit, right?
Yeah, 1 decibel over.
Yeah.
Whatever. There's super Trofeos there.
The neighbors, they heard that 1 extra decibel.
Yeah, right?
Calling up.
So they booted me out of that session. And then I go to the next one and I do like a 103.9. And I'm like, dude, come on. Like,
so what is the threshold, like a 103?
You
like
can't be
zero?
You can't be over
nothing?
103.
God.
Like, and it's a 2-strike thing. 2 strikes and I'm out. Like,
so those double black flags and you're gone for the day?
yeah. So not like, didn't ruin my experience of Laguna. I never really drove this car.
Yeah, you never really got to experience it.
Yeah.
And then it's, I mean, and for those of you who don't know that haven't been to Laguna, or maybe you've seen a Porsche or something that has the Laguna pipe, right, that hangs off to the left, I think, right?
Yeah.
So, like,
You want it to shoot out the driver's side away from the
so
tower.
it's directing the audio away from the microphone they use, right? But they're not deterring people from using that, but they're going to pop you for 103.9. So it's just, I don't know. It's a system, right? But
there's loopholes. You go in, you ask for a sound check, and you get 2 or 3 laps of like, even if you pop over the sound decibel, it doesn't count towards you.
I didn't know that. So you can actually kind of be like a little honest and like upfront.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, like I'm not sure if I'm going to pop or not. So
you roll
can
in.
I run a test?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
because
like all day there's super Trofeo, like Lamborghini's just straight pipe,
oh my
black.
God, just freaking.
I had no idea they're doing 3 laps and coming into the pits every time.
Really?
And so like no one gave me that knowledge until like after I had already popped out for the day. So like after, so now I know. Like everyone else going, like ask for sound checks, and
especially if you're running something loud or
they give you the opportunity to make corrections and come back out without it counting towards you.
That's really good to know, especially if it's like your first session of the day and you're already not going to be pushing it super hard. You can wait till your tires are warm, get a good lap in and see what you hit on the DBs.
Yeah.
But yeah, then you've got some solid Sonoma time under your belt, right? So maybe a handful of Sonoma days, and what were you working on there? And times, what were times looking like?
So I think we were probably like 3 Sonoma days in, and this is where like the car had some wing, had some aero in the back, had like the suspension. I got all the camber, all the cooling. Finally had the car to a spot to where like I could start pushing myself as a driver, and then like also pushing the car, what it was capable of. We started to really do, in my eyes, some decent times. Like the car started doing like consistent low 50s.
Nice. So sub 2 easy.
Yeah.
Into the low 50s.
Yeah, low 50. This is like, I took my brother, he was my co-pilot like every session.
And that's adding some weight too, right?
Yeah.
So,
and I think it's, once you get a passenger in your car too, it's like a different kind of like track experience. Like, cause like you're in there just talking to yourself sometimes. You're you're in your
sometimes
head,
you put your helmet on and you literally like just the world fades away, bro. It's like everything's muffled, like it's completely different experience. But when you're sharing the experience with someone, especially like your brother, dude, it's a blast.
Yeah, he's a gearhead, he's building a car. So like to share that experience with him, set some of the fastest times I've ever done personal with this car. It was a special moment. It made it like that much more like memorable to experience that with him.
Oh,
the car, we're running out of juice. But yeah, the car ended up doing, I think my best time was like a 151 or 152. And honestly, like if I took it to Sonoma now, sub 50.
Yeah,
like,
and by yourself,
without a doubt.
Yeah,
like this car is sub 50
now,
regulars.
I know you don't have the wing on it right now, but did you notice a lot of assistance from the wing when you had it on there?
The wing,
because you had it on there when you were running.
Yeah.
Right.
So the wing definitely gave you that added confidence in like high speed corners. Turn 10. Where you're
I've seen you in turn 10, bro.
Turn 10's that's like the most dangerous turn in Sonoma. It's like wall, and you're coming into turn 10, and it's pretty sharp. 100 mile
you're
an
popping
hour
off
turn.
Rumble strips to another curve.
Yeah, and like you're staring at walls. To have confidence going through turn 10 at high 90s, 100 miles an hour is like you're gonna start shaving some time. The wing definitely like helps. The rear end feels planted.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't have the front splitter, and like everyone's kind of like you need to balance the front and the rear. I did start to feel like the front end pushed a little bit because it didn't have as much downforce in the front. There's a lot more in the back, which
and your front wheels are still pulling in an all-wheel drive car.
And all-wheel drive, so it was kind of like a trade-off with that. I didn't mind it that much though.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that rear end not wash out and push around a couple corners. Yeah. Which I did experience, and I think we have a clip. I did experience
on the 360, that. I think at Thunder Hill, right?
Yeah. I just kept it turned a little too long. Rear end got light and just washed out. So like that.
Which is, I mean, the track is the place to do it, man. Yeah. And especially Thunder Hill, because you can just go lawn mowing. And you're fine. There's no walls.
Yeah.
Like, and you kept it on the pavement though. You handled that still pretty well.
We got a little squirrely and kept it on the grass or out of the grass. Yeah. So, not a wall. I think I'm running out of things to do with this platform.
Yeah.
So.
Which kind of influenced your next car purchase, right?
My next bad decision, as some would say, or really good decision.
Me.
Yeah. All the right people think it's good. All the bad people, I don't. Your opinion doesn't matter. But yeah, we
do it for ourselves anyway. Well, we just replaced the light battery because it's making the intake look gorgeous. But we're also low on camera battery, so we're gonna start to wrap it up here. So just want to talk about maybe what other car you just hopped into, and maybe the differences you've noticed on track.
A couple months ago, started looking at other cars. I wanted some turnkey.
Yeah. No problems, just go.
Yeah, the race car idea is great, but like having to not trailer, having to just jump in your car, turnkey, go to the track, drive it home.
It is nice.
Yeah, it's very nice, and like I think I'm getting kind of at that stage right now. I'm sure it's gonna change.
Yeah.
Eventually, but like
different
right now,
phases.
I want the most seat time. I want to go drive and not worry about other stuff.
You want to wake up, go to the track, come home.
Yeah. So just purchased a 2024 BMW G80 M3.
Beautiful. Rear-wheel drive.
Rear-wheel drive.
Different from all-wheel drive here.
Very different.
And they make them in all-wheel, but the rear wheel is probably a ton of fun.
Yeah, I didn't really care. Like I did the all-wheel experience. I wanted some a little more, and like I know the X-Drive you can make rear-wheel, like whatever. Like the car I found was like what I was looking for spec-wise, and like the
which is tough nowadays because there's a lot of options.
Yeah. And like the rear wheel to all wheel thing wasn't concerned. Like I didn't care for all wheel.
Yeah.
Like I'm not taking the car to the snow.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wanted that more like lively, characteristic driving around a track that you get with the rear wheel. So I was fine with that.
And it fits the bill. That thing is a lot of fun.
That thing is.
I did take a ride along with him, and I'll probably be cutting some of that in here.
Yeah.
There's no way this ain't the hottest fucking four-door on the planet right now, bro. Oh
Dude,
my god.
It's hot right now, boy.
Boy, you was passing real race cars.
Yeah, that M4 can even keep up.
I know, bro, and he's got a gooseneck on that with a lot of the other Subaru footage, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. And what were the biggest differences you noticed from this to something like a little more, I guess, modern and refined?
Yeah, way more refined. This is a pretty raw feeling car.
Yes, it
being
is.
manual and the noises, like everything this car does is raw.
And it feels like a race car, sounds like a race car. Everything's real race car.
Yeah, and like to jump into the G80 and turn the same, if not faster, lap times.
I know you pretty much matched your fastest personal best in this car with a car that's brand new to you.
It's like all from the factory. I put an exhaust and like from the factory, took it out to the track with 4S Michelin tires, and it laid down a faster time. If not, I think it was the same. I think it was a little faster than this car.
And it's making similar power.
Yeah, it's
but,
on the 500.
just to the rear wheels, and it's a lot heavier. So like, that says a lot about the car. Because I mean, the driver's still the same, experience still the same. Like,
I think the modern German engineering, they spent a lot of money on it, and I think they're the best for a reason. Like M cars,
that thing feels ridiculous, bro. I've never felt anything like that.
Like, it's night and day difference, and it's like kind of like I can't even pinpoint it all down because I haven't even I 2 track days on it. I'm still trying to figure out like the best way to drive from manual to automatic.
Yeah, and 2 track days in 1 weekend, and plenty of seat time, moving those lap times up with passengers. I think like every time, because we're all just like giddy little kids, like wanting to take ride-alongs with them, like literally like taking numbers, waiting in line, like
it's like
having
the
to see people get disappointed because of like you got 2 guys in front of you, like
it's pretty cool, like the attention the car is getting.
It gets a ton of attention, bro. Like it's I see people just break their necks walking past it, like in the paddock. Like
I think most people are like, "Are you seriously tracking this car? Are you a nut?" Like.
It's a little bit about that. It's like the color too is amazing. It's unique. You see those big kidney bean friggin' intakes. Like the grill looks great. It's different. It's new. Like the curves on it look great. The wheels look great. It's just off the showroom floor. Beautiful car.
Yeah. So like the gearhead I had to throw an exhaust on it. But,
of course, right away.
But I'm gonna try and not make it into what this is. So we're gonna try and stay away from going down the rabbit hole of endless modifications.
Now, if I hear that you're starting to do that, do you want me to save you from it, or you want to let me do it? Let you do it.
Just let me wander down whatever.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna be a good friend and just let you do it because I want to see it. You want to see it. He wants to see it. We all want to see it.
I'm not gonna tell myself no most of the time. So if it happens, it happens. I'm definitely just enjoying the car stock. Maybe NASA Thunderhill. I will have both these cars out.
That would be. I'd love to do a comparison video that day with you, bro.
Same day.
If you want to do that, we'll get this thing strapped up with both of them strapped up with the 360s.
Yeah.
Mics, dude. We'll get you set up, and we want to document that, especially if it's going to be one of your last track days in this thing. So we want to send her off right, you know.
This thing is for sale.
This wasn't an advertisement video because I really wanted to do this video with you. Yeah. But you know, if this sounds right to you, tap in.
Yeah. Tap
well,
in.
Hey, bro, I appreciate you breaking this build down because I've heard every little bit and piece of this car over time, and I wanted it all in like one place to document it, like appreciate the beautiful builds you did yourself, and you know, there's something to be said about that first car that's near and dear to you and going through different phases, man. Like it makes for a great story, and I think a lot of people will relate. There might be a lot of people that might end up, doing something similar to their car, or maybe looking for that next big upgrade. And, I'm sure a lot of people are going to enjoy this. But yeah, appreciate you, bro. And can't wait to do a G80 build breakdown, maybe.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Sir.
Hopefully it's not too soon.
Soon enough. Not too soon. But appreciate you, bro. Cool. Check us out. You're going to see this thing on track more. Hit all the buttons. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you want to see. Tell us if you want to see this thing on track again or multiple times. You might be able to guilt them into keeping it. Who knows? But
who knows?
We'll see y'all next time for another build breakdown, some more track days.
Later.